We're over in Clay County at our other property over here, and right up there is that bridge I went across probably about a month ago or so, something like that, maybe a tad longer. Part of it's starting to fall in. Got the Firminator fixing to plant over here in this place. It won't take me but a few minutes to get this done because it's just 3 little small fields, and get it taken care of. So first order of business is getting across the concrete runners. So let's go see how this is going to work out. Extremely tight, but it's doable. So this is the plan of attack on this thing. I don't know that we'll do it this year, but what we have done, or what Dad has done, is he has went and bought a gigantic water tank that he found. We're going to cut the ends out of it. We're going to take these runners off, take them out, use them somewhere else, and we're going to set that water tank in here and then fill back over the top of it. That's actually kind of what was in here initially before we put this in. Was there was a big tank, and it was some kind of like a bin or something that was in there, and of course it was starting to rotten on out and everything. So pulled it out, it's laying over there, and then put these things in here. It's all just a little bit too wide for these runners, but it worked good hauling out of here back in probably 06, 07, something like that, I guess. Right around in there when we thinned this timber over here. So that's the fixed game plan that we're going to do on it. So there's no water in this thing at all, but this is a very large ditch that runs out of here. We're going to go on in. I got to engage this wheel or the system while I'm thinking about it before I forget to do it. This is all you got to do to lock the metering system in, is that right there. So whenever I just had it the way I had it, it was out, so that's locked in now. So she'll turn. That hexagon shaft right there will turn now. There's a guy on one of the first videos that I ever posted on this thing. He said this thing wouldn't work in their area because it doesn't have clean out things between each one of the gangs. It's got clean outs between each one of the gangs. So I like it. So hopefully we'll get a little rain on this tomorrow. It's got to rain some with that front that's coming through. May not get a lot, but it's got to rain some or to come through. But I'm gonna hit this. I got 2 or 3 other little spots here I'm gonna hit, and then 2 more fields I'm gonna do this lane. As you can kind of see down this lane down there to about where those 2 pines are. I'm gonna make 2 passes on this, get the second pass on that one right there. I came in on it, but all in all, for what the Firminator cost at 8 grand or whatever it was I paid for it, it's a really good, useful tool. I highly recommend it. Like when you're in these sticks and stobs and things like that and stumps, you can just ease right through them. It just bumps right through them, cuts, just keeps right on getting after it. So that don't really affect it, you know, because I was wondering about how, you know, roots and stuff like that, and they'll just bump right over them. But the biggest thing is you're not wasting seed. So like if you were going to seed that down through there, which it would be not quite 2 passes wide, because this pass on this side is going to overlap a little bit on that one right there to the left. Even if you used a hand seeder, you would be slinging seed off of both sides of this, so you can actually put the seed right down where you want it, and you're not wasting any seed going out in the woods or anything. Of course, now it's going to take you a little bit longer with this thing because you're only covering 6 foot at a time. So if you've got a big field to do, whereas like if you broadcast it out, you can cover more ground. But of course, it's going to be sitting on the ground, and you got to try to cover it up. And some of it you're going to put out way more than you need. You're going to cover up some way deeper than it needs to be covered up. All that hoopla like that. Whereas this one right here takes a little more time if you're in a big field, but it's going to put it down right, correctly, and the way it should be. Now in little fields like this right here, it's a lot easier to deal with than say a spreader, because number one, you're not slinging it off the fields, but, or you know, say something that's a pull behind, you can just pick this thing up, you get down to the end, pick it up, make a U-turn real quick, come on back. So it's a lot more compact than say a pull behind is. But I think all in all, the only minus I would give it would be, you know, of course, if you're in a large field covering a good bit of ground, you know, you're just getting 6 foot at a time, which I mean, that's fine. I mean, I like my tractor therapy, you know, so that doesn't bother me doing that. But I've been very, very pleased with it. When it was all said and done, I ended up doing a little over 17 acres. That was all the property in Alabama, our property in Mississippi, and then I have another piece of property that I keep up. This not too far from where I'm at, where y'all seen me before, and then this property in Clay County over there. So you can see the seed dropping out of it. This thing actually works really, really good. You know, if you're wanting some type of planter that's built like a tank, it's going to hold up, this is it right here. You ain't going to have to worry about this thing. This thing is very well built. The paint and powder coating on it is just very, very good on it too. Very nice welds and just built very well. had a guy ask how small of a grass would it put out, or how small of a seed would it put out, and you can see it over there, which I guess alfalfa is probably the smallest. He was wanting to know about Bermuda. So you see right there, alfalfa, Bahia, Bermuda, brassicas. This thing will put out anything that you want to put in it. The way it works is if you want to put out a mixed seed, say this is mixed and it's got oats in it, well, you're going to go down and you're going to set it to whatever the oats setting is right there at 15/16. Very, very simple to set. The calibration's already done on it. All you do is set that orange arrow right there to the number on the scale, which this has got oats in it, so we're running it at 15/16 opening. That's what you do, and that's it. You just set that, lock it down, let it roll. See, it says operating speed of 5 miles an hour or less on it. Very, very simple to set and to do. I mean, it works really good. The only thing that I got on this thing option wise was I got the larger cultipackers. I think those are 18-inch. They got a smaller set that goes on it. I've also got a seed agitator that you can order, or man, that you can order with it, goes in there. And Wayne said it was not necessary to have that, and I agree with him. I wouldn't do that. I'd just get the bigger cultipackers on the back where you got the weight too on it. But it does a fantastic job, man. I am I'm stoked with this thing. that is it for fall planting food plots 2023. I'll give y'all some updates shortly on the fields once we get some rain. They're coming up, but they need some rain on them. We'll bind this thing down, and we're gonna head toward the house. So hope y'all enjoyed that. I love it. I mean, that's one of the favorite things I look forward to every year, is getting everything ready, you know, the food plots and what have you for hunting season coming up. I enjoy it a lot.